For some reason, he's very angry with me.
This, as they say, is where the plot thickens.
They knocked over the Federal Reserve.
Bruce Willis, Jeremy Irons, Samuel L. Jackson.
Congratulations! You're still alive.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother... In a John McTiernan film. Die Hard. With a vengeance.
40 seconds of logos, which, if you adjust the inflation from 1995, is like a minute and 6 seconds of logos.
Jeremy Scott of CinemaSins continues to send logos. This is an industry standard practice. Allow me to say it again for y'all in the back. CinemaSins are sending something that is common in cinemas.
Who the hell would want to blow up a department store?
Did you ever see a woman miss a shoe sale?
People are dead, but woman missing a shoe sale. Joke makes it all worth it.
That laugh was so fake that it makes my social life look real.
Walter! Yeah. I think you better take this.
This is the mid-90s phone version of the "you better come take a look at this" cliche.
Jeremy and whomever else works at CinemaSins always misuse cliche, which in anywhere that isn't written at least means a phrase or opinion that is overused and betrays a lack of original thought, to the point of it being a cliche within itself, while other people, like the Birdman who you should check out after this video, might be nice on this point. I will not. So I will add 10 cents for every time Jeremy misuses cliche. Starting now, Jeremy misuses cliche.
Simon says Lieutenant McLean is to go to the corner of 138th Street and Amsterdam.
What if he makes this call, but last night John McClane was killed in a freak gasoline fight accident? How does he heist then? Does he mutter and stammer, is there Lieutenant Smith there? And improvise? He's after the gold, after all, right? But toying with McClane is so important to his plan, and yet he didn't know before today that McClane had been suspended. So this dude planned 100 details down to the millimeter, but left McClane's involvement up to chance, which is some bull.
John is not important to this plan whatsoever. As shown in the later scene, Simon is actually planning on blowing up the train station near the Federal Reserve no matter what happened, which is actually vital to his plan. Simon just wanted to screw with and ultimately kill John because John killed Hans.
Still betting your badge, Rick? Yeah, 69.91 every week.
Holy expositionally convenient foreshadowing numbers.
Setting something up for it to have a payoff later isn't an actual sin, it's called decent writing. Aren't you the same guy who tries and fails at calling out Deus Ex Machinas? And now you're complaining that things are being set up for a later reveal? You hypocrite.
Hey, what was the lottery number last night?
467.
The f***ing lottery number was 4667? Chances of winning this lottery almost negates it being a lottery, right?
While it's not likely, it's possible to pull low numbers because the chance of pulling those numbers might be 1 over however many numbers there are. I wouldn't know since I'm too young to gamble.
If we don't do it, this guy says he's gonna blow up another public place.
Why me? What does he got to do with me?
I have no idea.
Police work cannot be this way. This movie is superbly shot, well-paced, and entertaining, but it's still a stupid f***ing script.
So you're telling me that instead of risking one person who is a cop by playing along with a criminal, you would instead let the criminal destroy countless other lives? Jeremy has a severe case of the stupid.
He was dead 3 minutes ago, but sure, let's act like people are just honking at this racist bullshit and not acting on it.
Facts.
Uncle, you better come look at this.
Inside 10 minutes, this movie has its second come take a look at this cliche.
Jeremy misuses cliche. Misuse harder.
I know Simon wants to play with John McClane because of something, he's Hans Gruber's brother, but did he have to play a game this f***ing racist?
I'm giving you 2 cents. One for not using the "that's racist" sin, and another one for missing the point that race is a huge part of this movie.
What if he dies? Then all the other games he set up explicitly for McClane later in the movie are going to be played by, I don't know, Dave Bautista probably.
As seen in the train station scene, we see that no matter what, the train would have blown up. Why is this important? Because John would have been there and died too. Because Simon doesn't need John to do anything other than die, so it doesn't matter.
Who sees that racist sign and thinks, I am definitely the guy to go defuse this and calm Harlem down by my lonesome?
A good person.
It is impossible that nobody on these steps has seen McClane and his kill me sign yet.
Are you telling me you randomly look around while talking to your friends? Cause if you do, you need to learn some basic conversation skills.
Also, why was anybody snooping around in a playground? And why was there explosive liquid there? Later on in the movie, John and Zeus will need to solve a water puzzle in a playground with a bomb in a briefcase. But the bomb arms itself once the case is open. Here, this is just a random briefcase, with no purpose except to explain that the bad guys are using explosive liquid, and it serves as a way to get Zeus into the action later.
It could be that it was going to be used for another game, since Simon sent these up all over the city in order to send John on a giant goose chase.
Either one by itself, you got nothing. But mix them.
Yeah, allow me to demonstrate in the middle of the captain's office this highly dangerous explosive. What I'm about to do is very unscientific, and I have no way of knowing what will happen. But it will be very cool and explain how dangerous it is.
He's a bomb specialist who knows how the bomb works. If he deems it safe, why wouldn't everybody else?
Also, all he gets is a brief yelling. He's not suspended or written up or any kind of otherwise reprimanded for this dangerous stunt that could have killed someone.
Yes, Jeremy, that stunt was so dangerous that it did barely any damage to the floor and flipped a chair.
His own wife wants nothing to do with him, and he's about 2 steps shy of becoming a full-blown alcoholic.
Jesus, why does Walter tell Simon this? Even if it is to make him think that John isn't special. Does he think that Simon will drop his vendetta against McClane because of it?
Yes!
72nd Street subway, payphone, 15 minutes, McClane and the Samaritan.
Why does Simon need Zeus on this? If the whole thing is about getting revenge on McClane, what purpose can he serve in the grand scheme of things?
Simon is probably just trying to screw John even more by forcing him to partner up with someone who hates him.
If you're competent in the least, you found the briefcase.
They found it in some playground, but I'm still waiting for someone to tell me how or why or what the clue was they solved, because I know none of that exists, and this fucking early warning bomb briefcase is some fucking plot-driven fuckery conjured up out of thin air.
If they did so that, you complain about the movie having time for this.
Well, I'm not going anywhere.
Simon says you gotta go.
I'm wondering, would a police department really put a citizen in danger like this, even if they thought a madman was going to bomb something if they didn't?
In real life, probably not. But this is a fictional movie.
Charlie, where'd you find that bomb?
Chinatown.
So the point of this is McClane's going to lie to Zeus about finding it in Harlem so that he'll agree to come along. But I'm still wondering why the bomb was found in Chinatown, since Simon has no plans to set up there, and why it was just lying around.
See, Sin Foodie.
He's working on a nice fat suspension. Smoking cigarettes and watching Captain Kangaroo.
Get it? This one movie with these two actors referenced that other movie with these two actors. And it was righteous, no? Are you not bathed in righteous dude bro vibes of movie trivia awesomeness?
Don't you make pop culture well?
They made it to the phone, but there's a problem.
Camera points to a payphone area where there are at least 3 payphones, and 2 of them are open. But they're worried about this lady, who was not even pictured in that shot. Either way, there are several payphones open, so how do they know they need just this one? All Simon said was 72nd Street subway pay.
Considering how the position of the walking signals have changed, it's very much possible that the woman is just out of frame. Also, they want to use the one closest to the station.
The answer's one guy. How do you dial 1? 555-0001.
How in the did Simon get a phone number that ended in 0001? Especially since it's got that classic movie 555 designation. And apparently there are only 9,999 people in New York.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
I got 2 officers down at the corner of 14th Street and 9th Avenue. Need an ambulance, over.
Was that honestly easier than just him calling his boss, who knows what's up, and asking for a fire truck?
Might be, but who cares, cause John's plan works anyway.
New Yorkers continue to be insanely helpful as McClane drives across streets with you traffic on them. Not only that, he's somehow going to time an ambulance exactly so that he can follow it all the way to 14th Street.
Jeremy has been talking about how unrealistic the traffic is while watching a movie in a franchise that has John survive thieves.
A bad idea.
How are we even certain this is the same 3 train that has the bomb on it? Wouldn't there be multiple 3 trains running right now?
This will require a double-track railway, which is not shown to be in this movie.
This dude is so oblivious to his surroundings, he doesn't even see that Zeus nearly hit that truck and wasn't stopping for him.
It's New York.
What?
You don't like white people?
Like, for real, this just isn't needed. Sure, a stupid asshole is going to get somewhat of a comeuppance after Zeus gives him the ride from hell, but it's like the screenwriters were writing a story about racism and decided to drop a Die Hard into the middle of it.
The reason the movie deals with race is because it's the only reason Zeus and John meet. Idiot.
I have to answer that phone.
Just shut up and get him in the air!
He goes on to answer the phone and not get shot, and that is nothing short of a f***ing miracle.
Facts.
Applied to both of you.
You were not clear on that, man. You're moving the goalposts now. And yes, he has to set off the bomb in order for the rest of his plan to happen. But he's still moving the goalposts.
So? You just acknowledged that Simon needs the bomb to go off in order for his plan to work. So it doesn't matter if he moves the goalposts.
You got a load of cuts and bruises, a couple concussions, some old guy's pacemaker stopped, and a pregnant girl's water broken, that's all.
That's all? Not one person died? That's so unbelievable you might be living in the Matrix. The train got blown up onto the platform and took out columns, and oh, f*** you, here's 10 sins for this crap.
But as you can see in this scene, no one got hurt. Since you somehow didn't notice that, here's 10 sins for you.
If you attempt to evacuate schools, the bomb will be detonated by radio. And gentlemen, someone will be watching.
You just said there are over 1,400 schools in New York City. The fact that they believe you is grade A bullshit.
Why wouldn't they? He already had bombs all over the city, 2 of which were found in playgrounds. Clearly, Simon doesn't care about the kids.
But, yeah, I think even Simon is surprised that the entire NYPD decides to go searching for a bomb that will blow in 3 hours in one of the over 1,400 schools in New York. This feels like a situation where they'd call the principals and they'd get the entire staff at each school to search for something unusual, rather than dedicating 100% of their resources to an impossible search. Some resources could be used to figure out what the hell Simon might be planning other than setting off a bomb at a school, no?
First of all, Simon's plan is predicated on this happening. Secondly, a detailed search by people who are supposed to investigate as a part of their job is better in my opinion.
All calls will be coming through this switchboard.
And I'm gonna marry Donald Trump.
Movie makes me consider a world where Donald Trump marries Wanda Shepard, changing history to a degree that is so fantastic that I don't ever want to leave.
Okay, but how is that a sin? Oh, it isn't? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay, so here's Matthias getting on one of the dump trucks, and here's Simon posing as a city engineer. But didn't Walsh just see these 2 guys' pictures in the FBI van? Because he was there during that scene. Or did they just show those pictures to McClane? Either way, it's massively sinful, and I won't have it.
Only John and Jesus could probably see the picture clearly. Walsh couldn't because he was in the back and looking over John's shoulder.
I threw his little brother off the 32nd floor.
You threw him? You dropped him at best, man. I'd argue sweat played a part, and it was all an accident, but you definitely did not throw him. God damn.
Jeremy Scott of CinemaSins thought this
That's not a hostage.
was an accident.
Our alarms are sonic and seismic, 2 things which I'm afraid do not react well to explosions.
This is exactly why it's nearly impossible to believe that areas of interest like the Federal Reserve aren't protected more in this movie after a bomb goes off near Wall Street.
Why would they? For all the characters know, Simon just wants revenge on John.
Hey, Captain, you want to come down here and take a look at this?
You better come take a look at this cliche again.
Jeremy misuses cliche with a vengeance.
Sending the fact that no one saw or found this briefcase before now.
The film never gives any indication that nobody else saw the briefcase. It just indicates that nobody else touched it.
Get the jugs.
Multiple choice. Get the jugs is
While Jeremy is going on with this sin, I'm going to cause a war. What was the better sequel, The Empire Strikes Back or Terminator 2 Judgment Day? Let me know in the comments.
Problem because I'm white, Zeus?
Jeremy skips over the fact that it doesn't matter what race you are, it's still possible to be racist, which is something Twitter needs to learn.
You did it, McClane!
Well, I think McClane is smart in his own way. He's shown no capacity to do a puzzle like this better than Zeus can. So this is clearly a moment in the script where someone said, John's got to be able to do at least one of these so that he looks smart.
John was smart enough to figure out how to make C4 explode on impact with nothing but a chair, old 1980 computers, and some wires. For reference, C4 won't even explode from landing on a tough surface, or when being shot, or when it's on fire. I learned this because I'm now on the FBI's watch list.
Here's a point where I don't understand why they don't kill McClane right now. They have complete control of the Federal Reserve, and nobody who matters is around to witness a murder. And then, during an entire elevator ride, they don't kill him. Also, why is there anyone still here? The gold is gone. Shouldn't they be gone too?
This was in case John stopped following directions, like he did. As for why they didn't kill him then, that's an actual sin, so I'll give you a 0.5 instead of a 1.
Sure is a good thing they talked about the lottery numbers and cops playing their badges earlier, huh? And Walsh was very particular about saying what his badge number was. Very fortunate.
This is for the benefit of the audience. Given how close John was with the others, he probably would have known.
Oh! Anybody down here?
What the f*** is he doing? McClane's a cop. It's in his nature to investigate and Zeus has been trying to get out of this situation all movie long, so him strolling down here shouting does not compute.
Zeus wanted to get out of the situation at the start of the movie. Nowhere else has he shown himself to want to leave the situation, since it has become more dangerous.
Hi, it's Elvis Duran. You're on the air. What's up?
First of all, I just want to tell you what a great show you got.
Holy shit. Simon called a radio station and immediately got his call in without a screener or anything. Some people call radio stations and wait an hour or more to get on with the host.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Also, this scene is all the you to logic and common sense. This doesn't even happen in Grand Theft Auto. You are dead. You're both dead.
Imagine looking for realism in a Die Hard movie. A Die Hard movie. Like, when have these movies ever tried to be realistic or true to life in any way? That's a trick question. They never did.
This one dump truck they tracked down just so happens to lead to a huge piece of Simon's plan. Could have been a dump truck going to any construction site in all of New York, but luckily for John, this becomes a major crack in the case.
This has nothing to do with luck. John followed a dump truck that came from the Federal Reserve. The fact that he found where Simon is hanging out directly correlates to that. Big surprise. I know.
Holy sh**. McClane kills these guys from behind before visually confirming they were part of Simon's crew. Like, this is f***ing murder, man.
That is bullshit!
In the scene before this, the foreman said that nobody else was supposed to be down there, so it's reasonable to assume they were part of Simon's gang. Imagine not getting that, though. Imagine that. Imagine that.
This is the most offensive coincidence in all of film history. Right here. This noise. Write better screenplays.
Coincidences tend to happen in movies a lot, though. And that goes for, like, almost every movie. Actually, I think that goes for all of fiction now I'm thinking about it. Like, the spider just happened to coincidentally bite Peter Parker. Or how in Die Hard 2, where the terrorists just happen to have to be at the exact same airport that John does. Like, it's not that big of a deal. If there's an overabundance, I can understand, but there isn't.
A red sedan will now crash into the bad guy's truck, but in the next shot it will become a gray Buick, because editing is hard when you only have so many shots to work with.
Since you're actually doing what you used to do, which is pulling out continuity errors, I will move 0.5 sins. There.
Why the hell didn't you tell me before? Of course he put the bomb up in that school. Why would he do that? Make sure he got your complete attention.
First of all, yes. Why the f*** did Zeus not mention his nephews going to Chester A. Arthur Elementary, even if he didn't know he was the 21st president? Second of all, do we ever figure out completely why Simon wanted Zeus to participate in these games so much? There is no end game to that.
In the later scene, Simon actually says that it was just a coincidence. So, no, he didn't.
Also, after this, everybody keeps going, like it's nothing. Just a typical everyday traffic accident that nobody needs to slow down for.
If they stopped, they wouldn't be able to kill John. Also, it's New York.
This guy is checking for stray students in the building, but takes the time to lock each classroom after half-assedly examining it for kids. This leads to kids being locked in here and nearly dying, but it's also a super inefficient way to check for stray kids, since time is of the essence.
But if time is of the essence, then he should check quickly and then leave, like he's doing. It also doesn't take that long to lock something. If I was a custodian in this situation, I would be checking quickly and then leaving. Because if there's any kids who are stuck in here, that's their own dang fault for not listening.
Even if you're on a mad dash to find a terrorist bomber guy, stopping your car on a busy bridge has got to be one of the most dick-headed things you can do, especially since there's no reason to do it, unless you know you're about to pull off some insane stunt.
Excuse me, what? I swear you're living in a different dimension than the rest of normal society. If you're in the West, to stop a criminal, then you don't care about parking. Like, what? How is this an actual sin? What is... I actually can't with it!
The only henchman that had noticed them was sliced in half by the Dodge Ram winch cable. That's convenience you just won't get with a Ford.
Ha. Ha ha ha. Ha. Ha.
How'd she get those two guys up there? We saw that thing 30 seconds ago, and I didn't see any f***ing ladders.
It amazes me how you continue to ask questions that nobody wanted the answers to. Seriously, who sat down, watched this movie and thought, but how did they get up there? I'll tell you who. No one. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Got any aspirins?
Again with the aspirins. I'm pretty sure McClane downed about 25 aspirins in this movie already. But now he gets Simon, who suffers from migraines and needs them, to throw a bottle important to the plot at John because, shrug.
Simon thinks that John's about to die here, so he just gives him the aspirin bottle so that way John can die in somewhat peace. Also, Simon is rich, so he doesn't care about the aspirin anymore.
How about a splinter of that cable I slid down? That might work.
A splinter from a cable is going to unlock some handcuffs. Sure, the idea that it could unlock these handcuffs almost makes me forget about the convenience of this splitter's availability.
How do you have 9 million whole subscribers and you still don't do any research? If you Googled this, you would have found out that wires can in fact open handcuffs. I know, it's amazing.
Did I say there wouldn't be another survives this scene? I was lying.
A YouTube channel based off of cinema continues to not understand what fiction means. Like, come on, dude. Come on.
Simon can't hit anything, despite being a highly trained soldier. Does anybody in a helicopter ever hit anything?
Well, hitting something as small as a human on the ground while it's running away is like me going outside. It's not likely to happen.
Simon has him. He has him. But instead, he waits while John figures out a solution, continues to wait while John says,
Say hello to your brother.
And I've never seen a villain more deserving of death because of his procrastination.
But this is a film being consistent with Simon's character. Simon always prefers screwing with John rather than outright killing him. Also, this probably has to do with the alternate ending for this movie, which, if you don't know about, you should go check it out. No, seriously, check it out. It's cool.
It's blazing, still my heart is blazing. There's no